So our opponent revealed a Lurrus, and we have kind of a cantrip heavy blue hand. I think this is fine. We can just draw a couple Moxen, balance becomes very good. And we have the ability to draw a couple Moxen here. It is kind of insane that it's in the pinned messages in the main general chat, Raiden. Like, we still somehow found our way against someone who had 4 Pyroblast main, and then ever someone who had 3 Pyroblast in their 75. And I really kind of put this week on a metagame of less Pyroblast. But maybe that was an incorrect analysis. Or maybe we just hit the Pyroblasts. Are they gonna bob here? Deathrite Shaman, sure. Our hand needs a couple Moxen, but if we can find some Moxen, it's pretty solid. We also get to cheat and look at our opponent's hand, which is like insane. I should have specified what kind of Moxen we were looking for, shouldn't I? Every time, chat. Every time. Every single time. Alright, opponent has a force. They also have an unearth and an underground sea. Oh boy. And we drew another dead paradoxical outcome. Chat. These are probably the 2 worst draws we could have had off the top. Pretty rough. Pretty rough. We don't want either of these. We just want non-opal Moxen, like, holy crap. It's not exactly how I wanted that to go. Basically just drew mono dead cards off of 3 of our looks. Crazy. They just slam Lurrus here. No, I have a calendar for the vintage preliminaries. It's in the Discord. It'll adjust to your local time, I think. Pinned messages, guild calendar, go to the guild calendar, go to the Google calendar. Here's the Google calendar. Yes, you played Lurrus. Congratulations. Kind of unfortunate because our balance is kind of countered by opponent having unearth and force of will. What can we demonic tutor for? Just tinker, right? But we need to beat force, so I guess we probably have to get them off their force first by balancing, but they probably won't force because all they need to do is just replay. We play Tundra, Opal, Balance, then we have 5 cards and we can just pitch one of the probably the Opal. I guess that's fine. We don't really have other options, I don't think, because like none of our Tinker plays really make sense besides like wanting to find none of our DTs make sense besides wanting to find a Tinker. I mean, like we could always DT for like removal or something, but that would be a losing proposition, so I would not want to do that. Seems like a bad line. I think this is fine. If opponent forces it, that's the best outcome. If opponent doesn't force it and unearths, it's like we time walked them for one of our opals. I really want opponent to force this. It's so much better for us if they force it, but it's like my idea was our probe and our preordain would draw us into Moxen, which would get our hand really low, which make balance a must counter. But instead we just drew dead cards because PO is a really bad card. Force it. You won't. You won't. Force it. Come on. I'm gonna time walk you if you don't. Yeah, you gotta force this. Come on. Yes, chat. We did it. Now all of our cards are really large and broken though, so it's not good. All right. I don't know why they forced it because they have an unearth. They just unearth the Lurrus and replay the Deathray Shaman, but really good for us. Really good for us. We might be able to find a way to get a Tinker line here. If we hit a Moxen, we also have a Mana Crypt line, right? Where we go Moxen, Mana Crypt, PO. That's probably even better, actually, if we can hit a Moxen and go for a PO line. Hey, attacking for 3 is important, alright? They didn't get any value off their Lurrus. Oh, chat, we're in. We are in, chat. Even if this gets countered, they have one card as an unearth. Like, I don't even care if we get countered at this point. We are absolutely 100% in on the PO life this turn. Are you eating something? Oh, you're cycling your unearth. Guess that's fair. Alright, I'm going for Mana Crypt. I guess I could also go for Mana Vault, but that plays into opponent is really tanking on these, but I don't think they have anything. Show me. Didn't think so. It's a good feeling, chat. So I'm gonna go with top and use my land, I think. They have mental misstep? No? I guess we don't want to play into days. So let's play around days still. We do lose one of our free blue sources, but fine. I'd like to draw 5, please. Can I get some POs in chat? Can I get some IMAC PO? You love the feeling. Dan's here for the home team. There it is. There it is. Let's get some jewelry going up and down. All right. Opponent, you're still playing Magic, huh? Easy. Can't explain that. So all of our options besides repeal include double blue. Just kind of awkward. I don't really think I need to repeal anything they're doing though. I think I would rather just repeal the opal and just keep going. So I can either play a Narset, play a Dig Through Time, or play a Brainstorm. I feel like Dig Through Time makes the most sense. Eat, beat. Go and a blue. Wow. That's a solid whiff, chat. Yeah, still got a top. But we now need a blue card and something. So it's very likely we're passing the turn here. Because all of our things had costed double blue, and we had played around days and used our extra Mox Opal mana. Cogwheel on top doesn't really do anything. I will draw into that, though. That is pretty good. Just gonna hit the Lurrus, I think. I don't think that the Deathrite can do enough damage. Alright, not bad. Not gonna spin again until the end of turn, because I don't want my forces to be able to be dazed. And then we'll spin and put the Merchant Scroll on top, and we'll Merchant Scroll for a PO. Or a Yogwill. Oh, sorry, you can't Merchant Scroll for a Yogwill. Or just a PO. Brainstorm. Yeah. It's a decent turn. Time Walk, we go to 9. That's fine. Yogwill is just not very good right now. Not really necessary. Opponent only has one card left in their hand. Man, I don't know why. Why are we so much faster than the opponent? Falling asleep is what I'm doing. Is it? We don't have any POs in our yard now. Yeah, they're gone. This is an elf shaman. You can't stop that from looting your yard. Like, don't get you. Need to eat. Bottom. 2 cards in hand. Is it Cruise? Other Deathrite Shaman. I'm not gonna count another Deathrite Shaman. I'm hoping to win in the next turn. Wasteland. Alright, so they Wasteland us. We spin for a Merchant for a PO, and this should be good enough. Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of water today. The last night. We put the scroll on top. Unfortunately, the scroll does shuffle away those 7 cards. I've got 5 cards on the bottom, but probably worth it. How's it going? All right. Happy weekend. Oh. Hopefully we don't take 3 here. That would be really bad. Because then we actually do have to win on the turn. We could. I don't really think we... Oh, well, we took 3. Alright, well, we need to win on this turn here. Yeah, we've been doing really well since the quarantine started. Been nice. Actually just hit the stuff we needed to do to apply for partner, which is pretty sweet. 4, 5, 6, 7, blue. I mean, we're drawing like, what, 8 cards here? I think we'll be okay. If we can't kill them this turn, as long as we repeal a Deathrite Shaman, that would also work. Should be good enough. Awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. The stream is much more fun with everybody around, and my chat being as active as it is, and it makes playing Magic much more enjoyable for me. So I'm as happy as you guys are about the stream. I wish our opponent would just like eat something in F6. It just our opponent is playing. I want to kill them. No, not really. I would rather play on Magic Online than over video camera. And that's just a personal preference thing. Magic Online doing all the physical intricacies of Magic for me is so nice. I actually like Magic Online a lot more than playing in paper. Yeah, shuffling is the worst. I hate shuffling. Imagine having to shuffle. Ugh. Playing PO in paper is awful. Like, actual awful. I hate playing PO in paper. I make so many extra mistakes. Alright, I found the time walk. I don't have the mentor yet, but if I cast Yogwill, that would work. Why are my things doing this? Actually, I could vamp for the mentor. Shouldn't put me in death range here. Maybe if I repeal my opponent's Deathrite Shaman, they'll just let me play Magic, guys. Is that the line? Is the line to repeal my opponent's Deathrite Shaman so that they F6? Alright, so I go to 4, and then I go to 2, and as long as I don't play my Crypt out, I can't die. Let's just do that. Monastery Mentor. Repeal your Deathrite Shaman. Please, opponent. I just want it to be over. It's actually really fast to combo off with PO. Your opponent just has to not have a stop every time I do something. Yes, eat something. Very good, very good. 8, not. Could have ate the Demonic Tutor for sure, but. Alright, let this F6. F6, please. 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 F6. All I ask is you just F6. We did it, chat. As long as I don't play my mana crypt, everything is fine. Alright, let's go to my next turn. Please. I don't know. Having to pick everything up, and it might be. So I just need to cast one more spell. Alright, chat. It's a long time coming there, but 6, 12, 18, 24, 26. I don't remember. Probably every round. Alright, so our opponent is on the bug deck. We're just gonna bring in Flusters, Ravinias, Islands, and Swords. And we're gonna take out Hercules, Pop, Opal, and we don't know what kind of bug deck they're on, but we should be able to play Blightsteel instead of Citadel. And then one more Magic the Gathering card. Just Preordain, I guess. Alright. I have a balance, so why no Lurrus? Because Lurrus makes your paradoxical outcome deck worse. Because you cannot play Monastery Mentor, Narset, and Bolas Citadel. So you play a basic land in the sideboard because of the existence of a Mishra's Workshop deck. The Mishra's Workshop deck taxes your mana very heavily with cards like Sphere of Resistance and Trinisphere, as well as playing Wastelands and Strip Mine. So you don't really want a lot of lands in your deck in Vintage because you want to be able to power out your spells really fast. But against the Workshop deck specifically, you need a bunch of lands. So a lot of decks you'll see have one basic in their sideboard to bring in against the Workshop decks. Here I'm bringing it in because my opponent is on a Wasteland deck. I would like to be able to... I don't agree with that statement, Oinkster, because they find Tinker. So as long as they find Tinker and Tinker resolves, it wins the game no matter how much card disadvantage it is. So I typically don't board out the slow tutors against Bug, though I will board out Mystical against Pyroblast decks typically. Strip Mine is restricted, so you can only run one Strip Mine. This hand is like kind of okay. We're just gonna keep it. It's not great hand, but it's also kind of awkward against opponent's wasteland deck. Alright. 4 strip mine would be a lot of strip mines. I do not like the games of Magic that strip mine creates, so I'm very happy there are not 4 of them in every decks, in all the decks. Unfortunately, opponent is going to Lotus Cat us, which is really not the biggest deal for our deck. Obviously, if we were on some kind of value deck, that would be a big problem, but our hand is like a little short on stuff to do, but so that would be true, Oinkster, if opponent was not playing Lurrus, who makes it so you cannot have Oko. So now Blightsteel should just be lethal against them at all times, I would assume. I'm surprised opponent went with Lotus for Null Rod instead of Lotus for Lurrus for Lotus for Null Rod. Kind of an odd choice. Maybe they were just trying to play around Mindbreak Trap and assume that Null Rod will be the end-all be-all, which sometimes it is. They have double Null Rod. Alright, opponent. My artifacts do nothing. Don't tell them we have no artifacts in hand. No one, don't tell them. So we don't really want to vamp yet anyways, because we need to find an artifact. But we don't really want to expose our lands either. I think what I'm just going to do is play a fetch land. It'll at least give us the ability to Flusterstorm or Vampiric, but no choose. Yep, we boarded Blightsteel in. So we're just looking to vamp for a Tinker and Tinker Blightsteel on our opponent. We just need to acquire enough mana to do so. I think we're like super far ahead of our opponent right now. It's really, really good for us. Opponent went all in on Null Rod to stop the PO plan, and little did they know the PO plan is a lot worse than the Tinker plan. Yeah, fine. I won't be vamping for Tinker yet. We kind of want to we need to naturally draw artifacts, and we successfully played around Wasteland, which is great. I do think we might want to expose ourselves to Wasteland, just to play a Lavinia here. But maybe we can just pass the turn and end of turn Vampiric for a Tinker, and that should be good enough. Maybe we don't even need Lavinia. I really don't want to get Wastelanded. I guess if we end of turn Vampiric, we can get Wastelanded anyways. So maybe we're best off just playing a Lavinia right now. I think I'm down. Let's do it. I guess we can't Vampiric if we go for Lavinia with this line. I should have played my Underground Sea maybe. No. Then if they have double Wasteland, shit gets kind of awkward. This shuts down a lot of opponents' nice things that are happening, probably. I guess by doing it this way, we can't fetch for Underground Sea and vamp end of turn, but we should be in pretty good shape. We have all the things we need now. We just need to draw it into our Tinker. Yeah, it was a sweet deck. I really liked the Bobcat deck. It was a pretty fun. It was really fun to play. Had a lot of lines. It was very, very interesting to play. Oh, opponent drew Ancestral off the top, chat. Never mind. Jesus Christ. What did I do wrong? Yeah. Anyone who says that Lurrus is better than Ancestral, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Alright, it's not a big deal. We get Wastelanded, and we play our Underground Sea, we play our Vampiric, and we just go for it on the next turn. We have a Lavinia to protect ourselves from Force, as well as a Flusterstorm, so we're in great shape here. We're in great shape. Weird that our opponent used Underground Sea to cast Ancestral when they could have used Tropical Island to cast Ancestral and then had the ability to eat a spell with Deathrite Shaman. Not that they really want to eat their own Ancestral, but they could have if they needed to. Would we end up with 7 rounds today? Oh, is this like an end of turn Abrupt Decay or Assassin's Trophy on my Lavinia? I will probably just Fluster. Oh, it's an Abrupt Decay, so I cannot Fluster it. Alright, well, you got it. I don't exactly know what's happening. No, chat, I don't know. Opponent is playing spells, though. That's for sure. Well, I'm gonna have to hold this Fluster now that I don't have a Lavinia, so just letting this happen. Alright. Fortunately, I guess we're playing Blightsteel, so. The cat time opponent? Oh, I'm so sorry. Opponent is like, I do not want this player to use artifacts, and I'm just gonna tell them that Tinker is broken. I guess I can't Tinker with Flusterstorm back up now, though. So maybe I should wait one more turn. We have to draw the Tinker. That's not how that works. So maybe I'm better off just casting. I don't think they have a Fluster. I don't think they have a Force of Will. Oh, they're F6'd. Alright, whatever. Joke's on you. Or the joke's on me and you're playing me. Alright, I have a Blightsteel. What are you gonna do? F6. Don't worry, my activated abilities on Blightsteel Colossus cannot be used. So, really locked down. Yeah, look at Manguchi. Like they put 3 null rod effects in play, and we're just kind of like, meh, okay, I got a robot. Opponent, just cast your Oko. I'm sure it'll work out. Yeah, I've been pretty happy with my deck today. Obviously, we took a rough loss to Thomas Mar, but that's a very powerful wizard, so I've been really happy with how PO's played. We beat the 4 Pyroblast main deck as well. Oh, do we have a lethal here now? Oh, we probably have lethal here now, depending on how they block. Feels kind of an interesting draw. Let's see if they play around repeal by double blocking. I feel like that's highly unlikely. Because this thing has trample, for anyone wondering at home. I don't think there's any card in their deck that they can use to beat a Blightsteel Colossus. The only thing they could really have is a Steel Sabotage out of the sideboard. That's about the only thing I can think of. I guess a Hercules? Would they play Hercules? It's kind of an odd one. I feel like they'd play Steel Sabotage first. They don't have white in their deck, so definitely no swords. I have Fluster, so I'm 100% going to kill them here, but it's interesting to think about. Infernal Reckoning, that's true. Could be Infernal Reckoning. Fortunately, Deathrite Shaman cannot save them from the poison counters. It is also indestructible. Woo! Another victory for the robots. Very nice. We take those. Alright, I'm gonna quickly find some food, chat, so that I don't fall over. And then we'll have round 5 of... what are we on?